Hello Twin Flames, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, join the community that we are building here. Alright, so, excuse me, I just had a bit of a sneezing fit before we began. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a daily check-in. But I wanted to grab the daily oracle and just, I guess, pull an affirmation card of the day for both the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. All right, so let's start with the Divine Feminine. What is the card of the day for the Divine Feminine? And what is the card of the day for the Divine Masculine? Thank you, Spirit Team. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, as I do post daily Twin Flame energy updates there. I do mini Instagram readings, which are available all the time. And I do offer personal in-depth readings too, so check out the link in the description box for that and in the comment section. I would love to read for you guys. I've had a couple of readings with some of you guys, some Twin Flame readings, which I do offer Twin Flame readings, so check those out on my website as well. But it's a pleasure connecting with you guys from all over the world. Okay, so for the Divine Feminine today, we've got the Fool card, and it says there is nothing to fear. So today, Divine Feminines, there is nothing for you to fear. And use that as an affirmation. There is nothing to fear. Every time you feel that fear, there is nothing to fear. Divine Masculines, we've got two for you here. So the first one, Knight of Wands, I am moving towards my goals with passion and enthusiasm. And the Queen of Swords, I speak my truth with confidence and get my point across clearly. Think on this. Okay, so Divine Masculine. Seems like you guys are going forth today towards your goals. I'm moving towards my goals with passion and enthusiasm. I speak my truth with confidence and get my point across clearly. So when it comes to your goals today, Divine Masculine, make sure that you are speaking up and speaking clearly. All right, beautiful. Let's see. So we're going to use, for the Divine Masculines, we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot, and for the Divine Feminines, we're going to use the Lunar Soul Tarot. I think I used this in yesterday's reading. I absolutely love this deck. Lunar Soul Tarot by, oh, you can find it, just looks like this. If you just type in Lunar Soul Tarot, it should come up. Like, look at this. Isn't that just so cute? I love it. It's very much my vibe. Wonderful. And then for the oracle cards, we're going to use the Wisdom of Avalon. And also going to use the Moon Oracle. See what's going on today. It's a really nice big guidebook. Beautiful. Let's start with the Divine Feminines today. So Divine Feminines, I did post your energy already over on Instagram, so go ahead and check that out. Some signs for the Divine Feminines are Lions today, and for the Masculine, we've got the Bee. Okay, so go ahead and check that out. It's just, my page is just at Hecate's Moon Tarot, just like on here. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, one sec. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's get started. Divine Feminines. Actually, I feel the need to move that. Beautiful. All right, Divine Feminines. Shuffle a bit, set the intent. intention for the energy for Divine Feminines. Thank you. Another Divine Mother. What's going on with the Divine Feminines today? Okay, so we've got Five of Cups and Page of Pentacles. So it seems like the Divine Feminines are overcoming disappointment. I feel like they are today grasping new beginnings instead of crying about them, if that makes sense. Grasping new beginnings and looking at them with curiosity instead of crying about them or stressing about them or worrying about them. King of Wands, hell yeah they are. So these new opportunities or new beginnings when it comes to finances or career, something to do with what it is that you are passionate about. Seven of Wands, yeah. So you're deciding to meet the challenges where they are at. Today's affirmation, that, well, there is nothing to fear. There's new beginnings ahead. Well, we've got the Fool here, and then we've got the Page of Pentacles. So there's definitely new beginnings here. I feel like some of you guys, the guy in this photo, his eyes are creeping me out. This is going to set you on fire. This new beginning is going to set you on fire. But I don't know why you're worried about it. Why the Divine Feminine's worried about it? Why are we worried about it? Okay, so I'm noticing the three cups here. In that she's thinking about, that she's lost. I feel like this is like Divine Feminines feel as though this new beginning is not going to be fun, or we have to sacrifice our sense of fun. Okay, we've got this card which is unique to the deck, so I haven't gotten this card yet, so I'm going to need to grab it. Grab the guidebook. Okay, so it's an exclusive card. I can't read that properly. I think it says woo-wee. To act in accordance with destiny. Nothing is simpler, nothing is harder. When we exert all our strength and effort, do we achieve the most? When we demand that our views are correct, how many do we convince? I know it said conceive. How many do we convince? The victory is the victory that is Pyrrhic, merely one step towards ultimate loss. And I feel like the ultimate loss for the feminines is joy, fun, excitement, abundance. Picture the stream. It flows across the land, adapting to the contours in harmony with the rocks and valleys, and slowly, gently, with an almost invisible display of force, the land erodes and submits to the weight of the stream. Aha. Learn to allow. Do by not doing. Adapt. Take the shape of the circumstances you inhabit, and then, from within, gently do enough, just enough, so that your influence may turn the tide. Thus do we begin a story with a legacy in its heart. Yeah, okay, so in the beginning, I feel like this new opportunity that's coming in, I feel like in the beginning it's going to seem a little bit like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted, or oh no, that means I can't do this, or that means I have to miss out on this, and that's just simply not true. What is this new beginning? You're actually going to find, Divine Feminine, that it lights you up inside. There is nothing to fear. Why would this new beginning require you to give up something? Why would it require you sacrifice? We're not seeing the Hanged Man here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came out. But why would it? Why would it require that if that's not what you want? We decide. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. This is bringing you exactly what you've asked for, exactly what it is that you are asking for. This abundance, it's bringing this abundance, but you, for whatever reason, you don't see it. Don't worry about not seeing it. Act as though you don't know any different. Act indifferent. I'm not seeing it, therefore it mustn't be there. No, I'm not seeing it, so I'm not meant to see it. Doesn't mean it's not there. I'm not seeing it, but doesn't mean it's not there. I'm not seeing it, doesn't mean it's not here. I'm not seeing it, doesn't mean it's not coming. I don't know about it, doesn't mean it's not coming. So that way, you're acknowledging the way that you feel without denying it, but also influencing the way that you view that. Yeah, it's because there's a transformation that is taking place. Clarify the Seven of Wands here. Can we just talk about the amount of like sugar daddy messages that I'm getting on my tarot page? Like, it's ridiculous. Go away, Charles. He's sitting there. I have a picture of him in his underwear, as if I'm going to want to interact with that. You can get, oh my God. No thanks, Charles. You can get blocked. He's got honesty in his bio. So some of you guys are wanting someone to take care of you. Some of you guys are wanting to be sugar babies by the Divine Masculine. You're wanting that rich life, that good life I'm hearing. Clarify the Seven of Wands. Ace of Wands. There's an opportunity that's coming to you that's going to bring you exactly what it is that you want. Don't push it away. You don't need to push it away. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is the good news coming in. So you don't need to push it away. You don't need to set boundaries with yourself. You don't need to brace yourself or prepare yourself. It's already yours. It's already coming. So I want to see why the Divine Feminines might like stay back when these are all opportunities. Why would that be the thing today? Why would that be a thing? Why would the Divine Feminines do that? Unconsciously, obviously. High Priestess. Got the yin and yang symbol again. High Priestess. Oh my gosh. High Priestess. Five of Swords and Five of Wands. Why would the Divine Feminines push it away? Give me a second, guys. It's not coming through straight away. I feel like it's when that happens, it's usually an intricate message. Okay, because you think it's going to be harder than it needs to be, or harder than it's going to be. That's it. Divine Feminines, you think it's going to be harder than it is. Okay, so then what can the Divine Feminines do to release that illusion? What can the Divine Feminines do to see the new opportunity and situation at hand clearly, so that we can release resistance, right? Because I feel like that's the main thing that needs to happen here, releasing resistance. It's allowing. What can the Divine Feminines do today to release the resistance? Death. Surrender. Got the bee there. The Devil. Surrender to the darkness. Surrender to... This Devil card's really funny. Surrender to the change. There's lots of... We've got fire here, which was one of the signs for the Divine Feminines. And bee here, which was one of the signs for the Divine Masculines today. Surrender to the change. wants to happen. I really love this deck. Hierophant, I saw it at the bottom of the deck. These are all major arcana. We've got Zeus energy here with the lightning bolt. Some of you might work with Zeus. Maybe Zeus is around you. Call upon Zeus to help you with this. Okay. So release, surrender to the changes that are happening, or I feel like these changes are happening internally, so you may not even necessarily be able to identify them or know that they're changing. Just know that you're in this, I'm hearing the word emphatic. I have absolutely no idea in what that means in that context. Bearing the stress. You're in this emphatic stage where bearing the stress, right? Emphatic. Bearing the stress is the challenge. That is the opportunity. Divine Feminines. So what's happening, I've just seen 1616. What's happening when you're in this emphatic stage, it's like womb stage where you're this gestation. You're unaware of the changes that are happening, but you know that the changes, well, now you know that the changes are happening. So the bearing the stress of I'm not yet seeing what I want. How can I bridge the gap to the life I'm living now? I want to get over there. I want that to be my life. I want that to look like what my life is. And so I'm hearing some of you like idolizing Anna Paul. Me too. They want me to share that. Like I wanna live like Anna Paul. That's when I visualize my life. That is how I've always visualized it. Complete freedom to do what I want when I want, doing what I love with those I love. That is my dream. Sure, I have purpose. No, I have mission in between that, which will allow me, I will be able to do my mission when I'm living my purpose. So that my purpose is to find complete freedom to do whatever it is that I want, to have the money to do whatever I want, go wherever I want, not have to think about it, not have to restrict myself. So getting from here to there, where it's this bearing the stress of releasing the conditioning around that. And that's happening. There's nothing that you need to do, I'm hearing, because I'm like, okay, great. I see the problem. What is the solution? I'll do it. I'm willing to put the work in. I'll do what it takes. Like, okay, yeah, well, sit down, because the work that they're like, the work is for you to do nothing. For you to do nothing. Doing nothing for once is what allows this change to happen. They're bringing me to this time multiple times in my life when I was a kid. Mum and Dad would obviously want to have a nap or something, so they'd tell me and my little sister to have quiet time, read a book or have a nap too. I used to hate quiet time. I hated it because I could never nap. I could never sleep during the day. And I remember it was just those times where I'd be finding something to do. I'd always want to do something to pass the time. And it's like all I had to do was wait. All I had to do was find enjoyment in the present moment. So that's what I'll do. That's what you'll do. Find enjoyment in the present moment, knowing that these changes are happening as you do that. There's nothing that you need to do. And my brain struggles to comprehend that. So I feel like I want to ask why. I feel like that's coming up because there will be others that comprehend that. In order for me to completely grasp what it is, why that is, I need to understand why that is. So we've got the Three of Cups. I've just lost my train of thought. The dream, the purpose is to enjoy life to the fullest, right? As an example. Is that a horseshoe? Looks like a horseshoe tattoo on her arm there, and that was the sign yesterday for Divine Feminines for luck. Are you kidding me? Okay. The goal, say for example, right, my example, the goal is for freedom, for enjoyment, to do whatever it is I want to do, whenever it is I want to do it, without restriction, without the constraints of not having the money or whatever it is. And so the reason why we have to do nothing is because to get there, it requires a way of being. And the way of being, wherever it is we want to be, right, is enjoyment. So we have to find the enjoyment without worrying about, well, do I have the money to enjoy myself? Do I have this? No, it's about completely trusting. Do you think Anna Paul, for example, do you think Anna Paul sits there and worries about her money? No, because she knows she is the embodiment of abundance. She is the embodiment of the Empress. She knows that money is energy, and living a grateful life, enjoying yourself with friends and family, there is always money to be spent. There is always money to be made. She doesn't worry about where it comes from or how much she spends, or she doesn't put you know what I mean, from a outsider's perspective. That's the way I view her. And that's the reason I view her that way is because that's how I want to be, right? So it's a reflection. And if that is being reflected to me in my reality, her, right? If that's being reflected to me in my reality, that means that is available to me, for me to live. And just because I'm not living that way now doesn't mean that it's not happening. This is the change that needs to happen, the shadow, the restriction. So just live like Anna Paul in the way that I can. How? By enjoying, by being willing to spend, by being willing to have the money I have now. So whatever it is that it is for you, whether it's wealth or abundance or whatever your crusade is, whatever your pursuit is, things are working out. The angels are helping you. Things are happening. Put the bees here. Things are happening behind the scenes. All you got to do is sit and wait. It's funny because it doesn't feel like we have to sit and wait. We've got the Queen of Cups here. So get into that energy of enjoyment, your heart's desire. Do what it is that your heart wants to do. Don't put restrictions on yourself, because the life that you want to live, you live a life of no restriction. The moon, this is just fear. This is just fear. Fear of your own power. Okay? So in order to have what it is you want, the blocks need to be removed, and they are being removed. They are being removed. Let's get some wisdom of Avalon in relation to this reading. The blocks are being removed. The fear is being removed. The fear of your own power. The blocks are being removed. All you need to do is sit and wait. So find something to occupy yourself during that time. Pass the time in a way that's enjoyable for you, Divine Feminine. Beauty, find butterflies, find the beauty that is in your everyday life. Like right now, I'm enjoying the beautiful space I have. Oh, these beautiful new cards that I get to use. My beautiful home. Burden, yeah, this is a burden. Create burdens for yourself, Divine Feminine. And I'm saying this like that because this is me. I do this to myself too. It's the restriction, the burden of restriction. And it's just past conditioning that we need to restrict. The cow, abundance. Nourishment, abundance, asking and receiving. Need to be, it's like we're asking for it, but we can't receive it. We're not allowing ourselves to receive it. The way we receive it is by sitting and waiting and finding something enjoyable to do, finding something to focus on, which for me it's this. I love doing this with you guys. Today, me and my Divine Masculine, we are going on a spontaneous trip to Sydney. We're going to stay over one night, drive home. No, we're going to lunch with his mum in a couple of hours. Then we're driving to Sydney. we're gonna go out for dinner, we're gonna go out for lunch the next day, drive back home. Then on Saturday, we're having friends over, gonna go out and have some drinks, have some delicious food, play some mini golf, have some more drinks, and and on Saturday morning, I'm gonna watch my brother play soccer. Like, it's just find the things that you enjoy while you're waiting for this abundance, because allowing yourself to have the abundance that you can create, so spending the money, not being scared to spend the money you have to spend, right? This creates more of that. Lady of the Lake, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. So have the courage to enjoy the abundance that is on offer. It's like the abundance is there. Yes, sometimes the abundance is that you have to buy it. You can't have more if you're not in an abundance mindset. If you're stingy with your money and you're scared to spend the money that you could spend, right? I'm not saying send yourself broke, but if you're stingy with your own money that you could spend, how are you going to have more abundance? Things like that. And spending, it's not just monetary currency, emotional spending, creative action, and optimism. So, this is an act of creativity as well, allowing yourself to spend your currency, whatever your currency is, whether it's emotional currency, physical currency, whatever it is for you, right? It doesn't just have to be talking about money and wealth and that kind of abundance. I'm just using that as an example because that's where I'm at as a divine feminine. And some of you will be there too. Confession. This is Capricorn energy here. Mars and Mercury. The wheel. This reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing due to this confession card. I'm not sure what the meaning of that is, but we will have a look. Let's get one more of these. And recharge. Wow, okay. Allowing yourself to recharge. Okay, so number 23, confession. A confidential conversation, acting as agony aunt. Okay, maybe that's an older saying. I'm assuming that's an aunt that you go to vent to. Venus represents the choices that you make, and okay, it's Venus. I thought it was Mars. Yeah, and Mercury signifies the mental processes and discussion. So this is with yourself. With the moon in the responsible and conforming sign of Capricorn, these planets indicate serious and confidential discussion of emotional matters. So this could be with another person, but for some of you, it's going to be with yourself. If you draw this card, advice of some kind will be sought and answers will be provided. Hello. The black moon in the image signifies that there is something important that is as yet undisclosed. So essentially the answer that you're looking for, you will find. Although it has been a long kept secret, the matter will be revealed by you or to you very soon. This card often indicates a scandal. Ooh, okay, so don't worry about that. Just take what resonates with that. Anything that invokes fear, never take. If I ever say anything that makes you specifically feel fearful or anxious, that information is not yours to take on. So leave it. It's for somebody else that doesn't invoke fear and anxiety. And does that make sense? Because of the way that you're interpreting it, things like that. It's also showing you a great way of showing you what needs to be healed and what fears need to be healed. Good networking. In this fifth lunar mansion, the Ceres security-minded planet Saturn conjoins with Mercury, planet of communication. And Mercury's in retrograde. There's lots of Mercury. We've got Jupiter here. No, that's Saturn. Saturn and Mercury, Mars and Mercury. Mercury retrograde at the moment. In the excitable and sharp thinking sign of Gemini. As a result, Saturn takes on a less austere quality than usual, influenced by the rather lightweight planet Mercury, and at the same time enhances the staying power of Mercury. If you draw this card, you have the ability to make good connections and to work with others to keep the wheels of particular enterprise turning. It is important to the success of your endeavors to move in the right social circles and to make useful contacts. A wheel often denotes gaining permission or acceptance by someone in a position of power. Again, this could be yourself. For those of you going for job interviews or promotions, this is like serious conversations about about networking, about talking to people whom you need to get where it is that you want to go. This card is essentially about who you know and how well they like you. Good networking. Wow. Okay. And then we have the recharge card. Okay. The phase in which the moon loses all its light does not sit easily with any of the fire signs. Concerned with creative action, movement, and energy, being forced to rest and recoup your powers while acknowledged as necessary is always frustrating during such a time. This is the sitting and waiting. You need to sit and wait, because as you sit and wait, that is what needs to be released. That's the thing you need to do. It's not, oh, there's nothing you need to do, sit and wait. It's the thing you need to do is sit and wait, because that is what is being cleared and released. That it is okay to do nothing. That you can get abundance by doing nothing. Because that's what the conditioning is linked to, that. Needing to do something to earn it. Okay? Beautiful, that was it. So, Divine Feminine. Sit and wait. Read a book. Do something interesting. Do something that feels good to you whilst you overcome the burdens. Find the beauty in this weekend. Find the beauty in this week. What are you doing? Write down below. I want to know, what are you doing this weekend or for the rest of this week whilst you sit and wait? What interests you? It's like lockdown energy, right? Yeah, what are you going to do? Make plans. Make plans that create a sense of abundance, even if it's not, you know, say it is that you're wanting money, but you don't have, like, say you're in debt or you live paycheck to paycheck. Find things that you can do that are free that still create a sense of abundance, things that you wouldn't normally do. Find something else. All right, so let's have a look at the Divine Masculines. Don't forget, guys, if you're interested in a personal reading, the link for that is down below in the description. And I think I'll post a comment, but if it's not there, check the description box. All right, so the Divine Masculines, I am moving toward my goals with passion and enthusiasm. I speak my truth with confidence and get my point across clearly. They're really getting into their creative energy, into their power. They're speaking up. That's what's happening today for the Divine Masculines. Alright, connecting with my Divine Masculine now. Feels like a tickle was fluffing my nose or something. Alright, let's have a look at Divine Masculines today. Wow, 8 of Wands and Judgment. They're making big decisions too, in different ways, however, which are really propelling them forward. They're really being propelled forward today. Look at this. Yeah, making decisions. Propelling forward, fast-moving energy with the Knight of Wands. They're going for it. Okay, in what way? What is it they're making decisions about? I hate that. But it's okay. 2 of Cups. They're making decisions about us. They're making decisions about the connection, decisions about the connection, decisions about the logistics of the connection. 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords. They're freeing themselves from stress and worry and feeling trapped. What have they been feeling trapped and worried about specifically that it is that they are making decisions about today? That's propelled, yeah, what are they making this? Wow, okay. I was not expecting that. What are they taking action towards? equal give and take balance. For those of you, this is about your masculine who are like in alignment with where I'm at currently. It's the same energy, but just in a different way. But the specifics, they're giving, sharing, combining finances. There's been a lot of talk about that. Let me, maybe your masculine is like, I want to do this. And you're like, I don't have the freedom to do that financially. And they're like, don't worry, I'll do it. And that's a little bit out of character. Yeah. They're wanting to give. They're just so enamored, I'm hearing, by life right now. They don't care. They're like, I have the money, I'm going to share it, I'm going to give it, which is beautiful, because this is what the divine feminines are, where they always are at. They're always liking this. They're always wanting this. Page of Swords. So they're just curious. They don't care what it takes. They're wanting to learn. They're wanting to discover through physical 3D experiences, and they want you along there with them. So for some of you, the Lovers, yeah. For some of you, you guys are going to be meeting up, coming into union. For others of you who are already in like a physical relationship, they're wanting to expand and they're wanting to grow the relationship in some kind of way, because I feel like some of them are having new goals that will involve you, Divine Feminine. There's a lot of growth here. They're in abundance. They're wanting, yeah. They're King of Wands. There's the Lion. If you are watching from, if you saw my post on Instagram, there's the Lion, Divine Feminines. There's your sign. We've also got the Kenaz rune here, which is talking about creative, which is essentially the Knight of Wands energy in the runes. Yeah, your Divine Masculine is literally ready to, they're stepping into a new role here. They don't care. They're like, I'm not letting the idea of anything hold me back anymore. If I want something, I'm going to go and get it. If I can give it to myself and you come along for the ride, let me take care of it. Let me take care of it. 3 of Pentacles, collaboration. 4 of Swords. Wow. So that's really interesting. She's knitting down there, and I've been knitting. So they're wanting to... This is the Divine Feminine energy. Resting, finding something to do while you sit and wait, while you rest. They're like, let's go and do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you're like, okay, like who's going to pay? Who will? They don't mind. They don't care. They're abundant. They're feeling abundance. And the more that you sit and wait for your abundance, and the more you sit and wait and allow your abundance to come through, Divine Feminines, the Divine Masculines are going to be giving it to you. This is really interesting how it's all linked. 7 of Cups. It's on their mind. They're curious about it at the moment. But I don't think they're like directly there yet. I feel like by the end of the week, you're going to start to see more and more evidence of them taking creative action toward passions and joy when it comes to you. This is communication too, but they're definitely, today, they're making a decision that propels them forward, that lights them up inside. Too many there. Queen of Swords, there it is again. So they're taking action, they're speaking up about what it is they want, they're taking action towards it. How does this, let's see, how does this affect the Divine Feminines? In what way does this affect the Divine Feminines, I should say? Let me pop all these back. In what way does this affect the Divine Feminines? Justice? So it helps the Divine Feminines balance things out, and allows them balance in their life, but in their connection, them not being the ones to do everything all the time, them not being the ones to offer everything all the time. They're allowing not only their Divine Masculine to step up, but they're allowing themselves to receive. They're allowing their Divine Masculines to step up because they are stepping back. yeah, it's impacting the divine feminines in a way where they can release the feelings of defeat. I'm getting feelings of defeat, and it's allowing the divine feminines to think about where it is they want to go next, and allowing them to dream and be like, wow, anything could happen. There's a lot of possibility here. It's opening the divine feminines back up to possibility because they have someone else supporting them with that, someone else making their dreams possible. There's nothing to fear. Yeah. Untethered, I'm hearing, untethered from their burdens. So it's helping the divine feminines become untethered. And if you look at this card, right, she's not actually bound here, but when she looks into the reflection, she is. So she's realizing that it's just a reflection of what she's thinking. Yeah. The disappointment doesn't really exist. It only exists because you're making it exist. It doesn't need to exist. I think that's what it's helping the divine feminines realize. That, yeah, there's endless possibility here. And the divine masculines really want to help bring this to the divine feminines. And look at this, the pig flying, right? You know that saying, yeah, when pigs start flying, because pigs don't fly. So it's like it's going to take a miracle. The divine masculines are really wanting to bring this miracle, the sense of miracles into the divine feminine's life. And that's how it's impacting them. Oh, we have one flip over. It allows them to fully become the Empress. And look, we have the wheel. Bringing in change for the divine feminine. They're wanting to nurture the divine feminine. They're making a decision today that propels them forward, that gets things happening, things moving, not only in the connection, but in both individual lives. That is, they're nurturing the nurturer. The divine masculines are nurturing the nurturer. The divine masculines are nurturing the divine feminine, which is allowing the divine feminine to be abundance, to become abundance. Wow. Okay, let's see what oracle cards we have. That was really powerful. So divine feminines, sit and wait. Find something to do. Find something to occupy yourself with while you're waiting. It's like when you're waiting in the doctor's office. You bring a book, or you play a game on your phone, or when you're on a plane, right? You download movies on Netflix or something, and you watch them, and you wait for the flight to be over. You're on a journey, you can't make it hurry up any faster, but you can pass the time in an enjoyable way. So divine feminines, that's what you're doing. And while you do that, the divine masculines are making decisions to help bring you exactly what it is that you're wanting. Yeah, look at this. So going from so the joy, right? Joy, the wasp, anger, retaliation, and jealousy. This makes me think of like resentment energy. So resenting the joy that others have, resenting the joy that your masculines are able to have. Maybe they're more financially free than you, right? Because it feels like a risk for you to join them. But there's a birth and rebirth. There's no reward if there's no risk. So no longer resenting. The divine masculines are no longer resenting the joy that the feminines are in. So that when the divine masculines either see or when they feel or sense the divine feminine in this energy of joy, right? In the past, it has triggered them either into some anger, retaliation, or jealousy because it's like risky, right? Because they are so rigid in their thinking too, right? They're rigid about that, just as you are, divine feminine. So they're going through the same thing that you're going through. They are releasing the same burdens that you're releasing, just in different ways. But you both are working together, collaborating to help each other do that. There's a birth and a rebirth here. What else is happening for the divine masculines today? Burden, releasing the burden. So you're both releasing burdens today. And the only way that you can release it is by doing the thing. You can't think your way out of conditioning. The only way that you can be unconditioned is by reconditioning yourself. And that means exposing yourself to new things. The stag. Pride and leadership. So the divine masculines today are leading the divine feminines as well as themselves out of this burdensome energy. Wow, the stag is also the promise of union. Leadership, them stepping up. There's a new perception that is being born because of this. It's like the divine masculines are allowing themselves to have a new perspective, perception, but also that is allowing the divine feminines to have that, to share that same perspective. The novice, innocence, beginner, ignorance, new skill without practice, unstable curiosity. So it's like they're new at this, but they are willing. They're in the beginning stages. The king, man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. So they're learning from, the king is learning from the novice. The king becomes the novice. Knowledge. The king becomes the novice. Who is teaching the king though? I feel like you're teaching each other. Focus. You're both focused on understanding new knowledge and as well as healing this in an indirect way. Partnership and wealth. Look at this. Through partnership, wealth comes. You can't make it up. So you're both going through the same things, helping each other with the same things, reaching the same destination. So I think first the divine masculines today are making a decision. I still am not clear on what that decision is. Can we get specific, Spirit, on what that decision is? What's that judgment? I'm hearing, let me handle it. Let me take care of it. High Priestess, you already know what that decision is. You already know what that is, and that's correct. Trust your intuition there. Let me handle it. That's what the divine masculines are saying. The disappointment, let me handle it. Let me take care of it. And there's also guilt there too. Collaboration. So the divine masculine is like abundant at this time, and they're like, let me handle it. Let me take care of it. Don't worry about it. 5 of Pentacles. Yep. 2 of Pentacles. Sharing that. Balancing that. 9 of Pentacles. They're like, let me take care of it. Let me take you out. Let me pay for this. Let me do that. Let's do this. My share. Like that kind of thing. Let me handle it. That's what the divine masculines are doing, and that is becoming something that they are getting over. That is becoming something that they are getting more comfortable with doing and being. And because we are one, we are them, they are us. It's allowing abundance for ourselves too. Let's get some of these quickly, just 3 of these, please, Spirit. And then we will end this video because it's 48 minutes. Powerful energies. Lots of parrot mirroring here. Parrot guidance, as Liz from Guided by Angels calls it. I love her. Hey. Okay. Fulfillment and stone. Okay, I've never had this stone card. So fulfillment here is obviously talking about emotional fulfillment. There is going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment for the divine masculines. They are fulfilled when they are the creators, when they are the builders, when they carve something from stone. We've got Venus underneath here, 2 paths. Going from opposition to collaboration. This is abundance. That's abundance energy. All right, let me read that. Okay. Fulfillment. This is a period in which the successful outcome of an emotional issue is indicated. So everything that we're both working on right now, there is a successful outcome with this today. Foregoing events have developed positively in the hoped for direction. An emotionally secure and satisfying situation has been achieved. You are feeling fulfilled. Wow. So the masculines are feeling fulfilled, but I'm getting that's for both too. So when the masculines feel fulfilled, the feminines feel fulfilled. Stone. Sticking to the familiar. No longer sticking to the familiar. This is the rigidity I was talking about. Taurus. Mercury conjoined with Saturn in Taurus denotes a serious attitude towards possessions. Saturn traditionally represents ancestors and family background together with the security of inheritance. This lunar mansion is strongly material and possessive in mood. If this mansion card is drawn, it suggests that you have a stubborn, protective attitude to what you see as personal property, money, or just anything else if it's not money for you guys, but I feel like for a lot of you it is. Which may be a family business or simply strong family traditions. And this is stuff that's been passed down from the Divine Masculine's family too, right? The habits, I can see, I can very much link that, how that's very much been passed down, that he's needing to release. And he finds more fulfillment when he does release that rigidity, right? Your attitude towards this matter is inflexible and old-fashioned. The way in which you have always done things is the only way. And that's being released. Can we get one about how, confirmation that is being released. I just saw the compromise card, so I don't know if that's gonna come out again. Clarify if this stone card, if that's being released. That's what the masculine's doing today. Well, yeah, the Eight of Wands and the Judgment card, I would say so. It's very much linked. Let's get that one. Oh, too many. One card, please. Okay. Concession, and then we've got one flipping out here. Precipice. Okay. So precipice first. Impetuosity, a reckless decision. So they're making a reckless decision to eradicate that rigidity when it comes to doing things the way they've always been done, right? Jupiter and Mars conjoin in this Sagittarian moon. And I want to say as well, like there's this reckless decision to do things differently, you know, when it comes to what it is that they want, right? It's just that they're changing the norms of doing things the way they've always done them. And it feels good to them. And it's not like something that, it's scary, but it feels good. They're doing it because they want to, not because they feel they have to. Where is it? Okay. Jupiter and Mars conjoin in this Sagittarius moon mansion to promote impetuous and enthusiastic action. Mars, traditionally impulsive and hot-headed, is energized and pushed to the limit by the expansive nature of optimistic Jupiter. This is the gambler's card. It indicates the making of a reckless decision, probably not something quite serious, which has been made with little consideration on the spur of the moment. So very much spontaneous. This card symbolizes throwing yourself into an unknown situation against the advice of others, or against the advice of family, or against what has always been done, the way things have always been done, which then leads to a lot of fulfillment for the masculines. But we have concession here. The sun now lights only a thin crescent on the left of the moon as it nears the end of its monthly cycle. During this period, the concentration of your mental abilities produces the seeds for the future. I feel like as well with saying that the Divine Masculines understand that this is an investment. It's an investment in the self, and it's investment in the connection, in the Divine Feminine, and their future together. The combined future. It is a time for making concessions and adjusting ideas to new circumstances. Wow. A lot of change, a lot of change. I just want to see what the word concession means, like in this context. Conceding, yeah, okay, I thought so. granting something as a right, accepting something as true, acknowledging defeat. The union will seek further concessions before accepting the contract. That feels very synchronistic. The union, twin flame union, will seek concessions, conceding to beliefs, conceding to conditioning, before accepting the contract, before accepting the coming together, the merging. Wow, that is powerful. I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you aren't already. Comment down below letting me know if this resonated for you, and go ahead and book a personal reading with me using the link in the description box, and I'll see you later.